Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to get on Matt McCallum, the Wolf. Yeah, it's been a bit of a while, but good to get him on as always. He's now 7 wins, 4 defeats with one win by KO. And yes, pleasure getting you on as always, Matt.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being on, bud. Good to see you.
Always good having you on as always. Yeah, so you fought actually, yeah, before we talk about the River fight, you had a fight with Paul Kean that you was meant to have and it got called off. Are you allowed to say why the fight got called off?
Well, apparently he had something wrong with his kidneys or something, some bollocks like that. But yeah, I mean it was bad. Like we made the weight. We got a phone call at 10 a.m. saying he was going to fail the weight by 4 pounds. We still made the weight, and then he came in 8 pound overweight, which is like another weight class. And
So
then
he came
5
in
p.m.
about light heavy, didn't he, or something?
I mean, what is that? I think it's like 76, 77 kilo, I think. So it's another weight class, isn't it? He was very sheepish. He wouldn't do a face off. I should have known there and then he was going to pull out. But I didn't think he would. And then 5 p.m., we got a phone call. He's from his promoter saying, oh, he's had to go to hospital. It didn't even leave us any time to get a replacement, like a 6 round fight, so I could still box. And yeah, it was just an absolute fucking piss take. And like, to be fair though, I was like, maybe he is ill. Maybe there's something wrong with him. So I was a bit. I didn't want to say it too much too early. But then, through the power of social media, Sam, we seen that him and his missus and friends were out in Ibiza 2 days later after he's meant to have had failed kidneys, which is serious. Um, he's out in Ibiza partying and doing whatever with all these fans taking money. I just think it's a disgrace. But hey ho, there's no point crying over it. We move on, and we had a good fight against River Wilson Ben.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, one door may have shut, but I mean, and you got another good fight, so it wasn't, you just got a bit of a longer training camp for a different opponent, and what a fight it was! It was at the Sky Dome in Coventry,
Yeah,
and yeah, it was a war for 8 rounds, live on DAZN as well. How was it boxing on DAZN, mate?
it was brilliant, really was. Commentary team was fantastic, as you've seen. It was a really good production. I haven't watched it back yet, but everyone tuning in, all my friends and family said it was really good. The arena was great. So yeah, just everything about it was fantastic. Change rooms were a bit cold because it's actually an ice hockey arena, isn't it? It was bloody freezing actually.
Yeah, but talk. Yeah, What was said at the face off? After the weigh-in.
Um, Not a lot, he was just like, you're getting it, and I was just saying you're getting it.
Hmm.
Um, he, yeah, it was nice. It was quite nice at the press conference. We're quite polite and that, but then, as it gets closer to the fight, we both switch on. So he was saying he changed it up a bit at the weigh-in, but that's exactly what I was going to do anyway, so it didn't matter. And then we got in there and it was a good fight, but it was a bit messy. I feel like our styles clashed, and
Bit
I feel like,
scrappy.
yeah, it was a bit scrappy. I feel like River, he hung on a bit, and I'm not slating him, you know. He done what he needed to do.
Hmm.
Um, he's very experienced, he was showing a lot of his experience. But it could have been a bit tidier. That's all.
So are you disappointed how the fight sort of gone?
Well, I still think I done enough to win because I dropped him. It was marked as a knockdown. Um, I cut him above both eyes. I was definitely the more aggressive fighter. Um, and it was by 1 point, this like scored in the end. So I still feel like I done enough to win. But he probably thought he obviously did think he'd done enough to win. Um, and I've been on the end of a very close decision again, away from home. So it is what it is. Again, there's no point crying too much about it. It was good. I think my stocks went up
And I
from
think
that fight.
even though it wasn't the prettiest of fights, it was still a good fight to watch from a fan's point of view. Even though it was scrappy at times, but you both did some good work in there at different times. And again, you can't argue with the decision, but I understand how you feel you won at the same time because it was close and some
Yeah, it
close
was.
rounds in there.
It was definitely close, and you see me at the end. I was like, I think I've won, and then he read the score, and I was like, look, it is what it is. You can't change it back. There's no point kicking off and whatever. Um, yeah, you just gotta. I was still proud of the performance.
Yeah.
Like I impressed him, and I impressed people. Fraser Clark, when I got out the ring, he tapped us on the shoulder. He says, "Matt, I thought you won that, so well done." A few other pundits thought I'd won. A few other people probably thought he'd won.
Hmm.
So, it was, like I say, it was a bit scrappy. Could have been a bit tidier, but it was still a good fight. It was a great show to be on. And yeah, just getting my name out there even more.
Yeah, another fight that's a potential show stealer. I mean, you're always in these show stealers, aren't you?
Yeah, like, me, I bring excitement. I'm tough, I'm durable, and I can box. I'm a good boxer as well. So I'm always going to bring this to every fight. I'm never just going to shy away and fucking sorry for swearing, go on the back foot and whatever, and make it just a bit of a boring fight. That it just isn't me. So people know that.
Yeah. Is it something that, would you have preferred a longer camp for it or
For
for
River
the
World event,
yeah.
I would have preferred like more rounds. I wish it was 10. I wish it was 12 because I
Do
could
you
have
think
kept
you
going.
could have got him out of there if it was 10 or 12 rounds?
I think so, but then he'd probably argue and he'd probably say if he knew it was 10, he would probably have, I don't know, maybe he's paced himself differently. Like I say, he's very experienced. And when you're in with such an experienced opponent, you learn a bit and you take a few bits away. Um, so, he might have preferred more on, I don't know. I don't know why it was set at 8 rounds. Like he's an experienced kid who's done lots of 10s and 12s. So, but
Mm.
it's just that's what it was. But I would have preferred more. Like going forward, like I only want to be in 10 round fights because that's what I'm trained for. That's what I'm conditioned for. And like sometimes I'm a little bit of a slow starter, and I warm into the fight.
Would you want would you want to run it back with River?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, I'll fight anyone. I really would. But it was a bit messy, wasn't it? I have to see what opportunities come now. Um, I just want to be in big fights, Sam. Big, exciting fights on the TV. I've proved that I'm up there. With the best kids in Britain. Um, so these are the fights that I want to be in.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, you proved against Jordan Reynolds. You fight the best, and that's what you'll continue to do. You don't want to go back to the drawing board because every fight you just want to throw yourself into the deep end, and that's what you do every time.
Yeah, exactly. And like people maybe forget this. I had no amateur experience, and these fights I've been learning in these fights, and the fights I've lost, um, like Boris Crichton and Adam Heppel, I switched off, and they capitalized. And like with experience, I would never have switched off. So I've been learning in these fights, but they've been 10 round title fights, which is kind of unheard of. But I said when I turned professional, I said to my coach, my manager, I don't want to have 10, 20 warm-up fights. I just want to get straight into it. And that's what we've done. And we won an area title and then pushed on for even more. Quite a few setbacks, but like I say, it's been learning and it's got me to where I am now. And I'm not getting any younger, so I just think, let's just go for it. We're at this level now, this position. Let's get out there. Let's have some big, exciting fights. I'd love to box for a title, whatever that may be, and make some money. That's the plan.
Did you see Jordan Reynolds fight against Joel Bartel a few weeks ago?
I didn't. I seen that he won. Did you watch it? Was it good?
Yeah, it was quite a good it was a good scrap, that fight as well, to be fair. Good
Yeah.
tear up.
Oh, good. Yeah. So did he win convincingly, or was it close?
I would say it was close, but I thought he nicked it by 2 rounds.
Fairs.
But I think it was an eliminated for the Commonwealth. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
Would you want to? Oh, yeah. Is that a fight that you're eyeing up again as the Reynolds, or do you not think you'll take the rematch?
I don't know. I mean, he'd probably not. He'd probably say, "Oh, you're coming off a loss. Why would I do that?" Blah blah blah. I still feel like I beat him, but it was close. It was close. But yeah, like he's in a good position, so why not? I'll fight anyone. If it makes sense. I'm not. I don't want to be fighting. Um, I don't want to be fighting journeyman. Like my next fight will probably be in September. On the Job's home show, and I'll probably have a 6-round fight. Against a journeyman. Obviously, not disrespecting or not overlooking any journeyman, but just to get back out there, get the ring rust off, and get a win, and then we push straight back on to these big fights against the best kids in the country, and yeah, that's sort of the plan. So whoever it is, you know,
Is there any names that, of course, you float between middle and super middleweight? Is there any, well, fighters' names that, like you look at and say, "Oh, I want to fight them at super middle or middle"?
are you asking me to call some people out, Sam? Jonah is just anyone who's up there who's got a title, who's in the top 10 in Britain. They're there for a reason because they're top boxers. They're top kids, and I just want to be in, like I say, in exciting fights against these people. There's plenty out there, plenty names, plenty kids who have been around and have sparred and will give each other really good work. And I
You
think,
sparred
yeah,
Hamza, didn't you?
oh yeah, he's different gravy altogether.
Do you
Hamza.
think he'll beat Denny?
I mean, that is a really good fight. I sparred Denny as well, sparred Tyler, and he's awesome as well. Both really, really sound lads, and like absolutely brilliant at what they do. Um, I just think it'll be a really exciting fight. But I honestly think Hamza's unbeatable at this moment. He's that good. He's so tall and rangy, and he's got so much power, and he's so fast. And you make one slight mistake, and he will capitalize. He's mustard. Like I don't think it's a matter of when he wins. Like if he wins a world title, it's when and how many world titles.
Mm. Of course, Danny, coming off a decent win against Cash. What did you make of that one?
Brilliant, yeah, and it just shows, like when you've had that much time out the ring. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a few years ago. Maybe people would have sided with Felix Cash, but Taylor Denny's he's brilliant. He's come on so much, and he's such a nice kid. I wish him all the best, and I really hope he goes all the way as well.
It
But
makes
it was a good win against Cash, wasn't it? And I thought well deserved.
Yeah, it's a big win for Danny, and it makes for a good fight. What did you make of the fight that happened on the weekend? Brad Pauls and Nathan Heaney. What did you make of it?
I thought was brilliant. That's just a proper fight for boxing fans. The first one was great, and then this one was even better. And I just think Brad Paul's, his dreams come true, and he seems like such a nice bloke, and I'm really happy for him. I really am. I said before, I was like, oh, I hope he wins, and I think he will. And I mean, I said to you, I think he'll win by stoppage. You said sort of later on. I agreed later on. I didn't pick around,
Mm.
but yeah, brilliant. And he's now the British champion.
Yeah, it made for a good fight, and they just started where they left off in that the first fight they had.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Really, he obviously knew what he needed to work. He's seen some weaknesses there, didn't he? And he knew what he could do, and he went out and done it.
Because he
Um,
had, I wouldn't say he had his hands down because he didn't have them down, but I thought that he had his lead hand a bit lower, so he was open for a sort of the high hook to the temple sort of thing.
yeah, maybe that's a mistake. He'll look back at and he'll think slipped up a bit there. But yeah, I just think Brad Paul's. He said it was his dream to be British champion. Now he's British champion, and now he's achieved his dream, his goal. Like everything else will be like
A bonus.
a bonus, yeah, completely. But now he's won the British title, it'd be like, right, defend it, European title, then who knows, world title. Amazing.
Exactly that, mate. Um, did you see that Denzel Bentley's scheduled to fight? I think it's Ozari, is it? Derek Ozar?
Right. I don't know who that is. Well, obviously know Denzel, but he's good, mate. When's he boxing? When's he out?
August 17th.
Awesome. Good lad. We had some good rounds, me and Denzel.
Yeah. Yeah, what's your aim for the rest of the year? Of course, you said you're trying to aim for a fight in September.
Yeah, I think most likely September 14th we'll get out, get back to winning ways, and then we have another home show in November. But we'll also see what offers come in. I'm sure there'll be some offers come in now. Heard Channel 5 have been asking. Because I think what will happen now, these big these promoters and managers, they'll have a young up and coming kid who wants his first test, and they'll probably see me as someone who's tough and durable and can give them a really good test.
Mm.
But like they'll be expecting me to lose, but that ain't gonna be the case, is it? I go in every fight to win, to inflict pain and tear up the script. So, but we'll see. As long as the offer's right, it's enough rounds, 10 rounds, and if the money's right, me and my team will think about it. But until then, mate, we focus on September and get back to winning ways.
So that one in September's 6 rounds.
It hasn't been confirmed or anything yet, but this is what we've been speaking about. Ideally, I would prefer more. I'd probably prefer at least 8, but it's just all down to like the team, and the promotion company, and because there's obviously a lot of other lads who need to get out and get get a fight, and a lot of it comes out of money as well, doesn't it? So we'll see. Most at the time.
Mm. So and ideally November, so try and get 2 more fights before the year ends.
Yeah, yeah, that's a plan. That's a plan, mate. But anything could happen in boxing, as like that fight. I was meant to box in Glasgow against Paul Kean, but then that didn't happen. And then we got the shout to box for Wilson Bent. So
You
anything
never
could
know
come.
with boxing,
Yeah,
with late calls.
yeah, exactly,
Mm.
exactly. But I would love to box on the zone again at some point. That was fantastic.
Yeah. And before I let you go, do you want to thank the usual people who you want to thank?
Just everyone who's helped me and got me to this point. All my team, my coaches, my friends, my family, the people who come and support me. Who travelled down. My people who came down to Coventry. It was interesting because one of the guys from GBM production team, he come into the changing room after the fight, and he's like, bloody hell, mate, you brought the crowd. He's like, how many tickets did you sell? I was like, oh, 16. He's like, 16? I was like, yeah. He's like, they were louder than his. And I think Ribbon must have done at least 150, maybe there's a few more. I was like, yeah, my lot know how to support their own. They do. They make plenty noise. So yeah, all those people travel down, come down to these fights to support me, travel across the country with me. It's amazing, and I can't thank them enough. Big love.
And from me, Matt, as always, thank you for your time. And yeah, I'll catch up with you in a bit.
All right, cheers, bud. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, mate. Bye.
See you, mate. Bye now.